Welcome to Call with Dads. Let's talk.
So we should be live. We are recording. So everything's good there.
So let's trick the algorithm real quick to get us boosted. So racism, naked girls, Jews are definitely behind 9/11. What are some other ones? Donald Trump is the best president ever. Also, Donald Trump is a fascist. Those are, obviously I like Trump, so he's not a fascist to me, but that's just an algorithm trigger. So,
very nice.
What else? What else?
I don't
know. Israel killed Charlie Kirk. There's another one.
Oh yeah, that's pretty big right now, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a big one. Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Sydney Sweeney definitely has good genes.
Oh yes, thank God for her good genes.
That's like the topic of the world right now, man. That's like, I love her her interview with that girl, that lady. She was like, blah, 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 blah. What do you have to say about that? She's like, when I feel like it bothers me, then I'll say something. Until then, I really don't care. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
she literally cares less. That's how you need to be with these people. They push you and they do silly stuff and they say nonsense and they're just baiting. They're just rage baiting. They're just trying to get you to cave to their BS, and it's like, go away.
Yeah, which is just craziness and such. So, well, here's the funny thing is according to this, I see we're live on YouTube. It says we're live on Twitter. I just can't find us on my Twitter feed or X feed. So I must have that set up wrong. And Rumble, it's telling me it just doesn't like me on Rumble. So right now, our only confirmed is we're live on YouTube. So everyone's listening to us rant and what's I have you.
On YouTube, yeah. I mean, I have my phone here. We're not really live on Twitter.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see us. I don't see us on Twitter.
I'm on the profile right now.
Right. Well, I went to my X app and looked through our Call with Dad's account and with my EA Maynard account, which is basically pretty dead because I don't have time to do anything with it.
Yeah, that's just like just personal account.
Yeah. So, but overall, we're live on. At least we're live on YouTube, and it looks like I'll just have to play with these new settings to try to get us on more channels at a time. But
yeah, oh yeah, Mr. Beast. There's the thing, Mr. Beast, right? How I got to say it a couple times, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. Trigger algorithm, Mr. Beast. YouTube, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I don't.
Sydney Sweeney, Donald Trump, Jewish.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on nowadays. You know, the one thing is, it's actually funny with you saying all that stuff because you think about how the algorithm runs in the sense of it learns from what we do, what our interests are, what people gravitates to. And I've been like watching a lot of these different some people call conspiracy theory videos. Yeah. I watch like different philosophies and not psychological, what is it called? Like understanding your mind and such like that, right?
Right.
And I do that for mainly need to update per. So I watch a lot of that mainly to understand myself, be able to work with my kids better, and what so have you, because God knows the things that kids are thinking compared to. And the one thing that I sat there and thought about, and weirdly enough, I had a different topic for us to discuss today. But the funny thing is I realized that with everything that we do, with everything that we try to learn, I got this email because we use that synthesis tutor. And maybe one of these days I'll reach out to the owner of it or what so have you to get him on, or the founder or whatever he's called. But I use this with my son on his math. And I've joked multiple times. My son, we joke about him being a bad Asian because he's bad at math. Completely Asian everywhere else. I mean,
Yeah.
for a 7-year-old, he's a horrible driver.
I would hope so.
But one thing that this email that came in from them was talking about, I forwarded to you, and I don't think you've had a
Yeah.
chance to read it yet, was about how,
Read some of it. Yeah.
yeah, but the gist of what got my attention was how it was talking in the email about the they ran a test with this new system they're trying out, and it looks cool. It looks interesting. My son has no interest in it, but when he gets older, it might be something that would be good for him and what so have you. But
Mm.
one is, it talked about, for those who don't have the email, how when the kids between the age of 10 or 8 and 10 tried it, they got confused. They could tell. They got frustrated. You could tell. Then they got over it. And then they tried to learn from their mistakes and and from the surveys or whatever they did, they said the kids realized they had more to learn to be able to do it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas for the adults, they they got frustrated and tried to pretend like they weren't bothered. They got confused and pretended like everything was fine, nothing bothered them, etc., etc., right?
Right.
Life is
Yeah.
good. I know this. I don't know why, whatever. And at the end, I guess through the survey, they asked, why did you not, why did you not do as well? Or did you do as well? I don't know what all the questions were involved in it, but it stated that after everything, the adults blamed the game more on, I need to improve my learning set or my skills.
Right.
So for what I find interesting is the kids can realize, hey, I have more to learn. As adults, we feel we should know everything. We should be able to do
Mm.
everything. And it made me think about how much as adults, have we forgotten in the sense of, what do we do? What is our real strengths and weaknesses? Do we stop thinking we need to learn? Because
Yeah.
like I was talking with one of my coworkers, and she was saying about how she has no time for anything. And I'm like, you know, you work from home just like I do.
Hmm.
You have no kids. You're still full of energy. You still have the energy to go out and do stuff.
Right.
What do you do? Do you spend an hour or 2 hours an evening watching Netflix? Do you write? Do you sit and read romance novels?
Mhm.
I mean,
That's what I do.
and romance novels. I can see you as a
Romance.
romance novel, one of the smutty ones. I see you big into the smutty stuff.
The smutty.
Get,
Yeah.
but the general point is the older we get, the less we feel like we need to learn stuff, and a lot of people
Right.
are that way. And I think it's also, there's a lot that we forget that we need to do as adults, in the sense of, are we like, are we actually forgetting more than we know in our kids? As I don't know what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah. No, I
But
understand. I would say so. For one, adults have egos, and children don't. Egos. Um, I don't necessarily believe that egos are a learned trait. I mean, I think everybody gets them. I think it's just an age trait. It's something that just happens with age. As you get older, you just want some sort of ego. It doesn't necessarily need to be an ego. It's just more of a persona, strength or weakness. Um, so that's where that not wanting to fail thing comes from. You know what I mean? Most kids, especially at a young age, haven't gone through failure. They haven't gone through disappointment. They haven't gone through, rejection. So all, at least for the most part. So, and any that they have is very minimal. You know what I mean? Like they failed at putting their unicorn up on the shelf and it fell off. There's simple things like that. Whereas adults fail a lot larger stuff. So I could see where that can kind of play into that. And then so children in doing those tasks versus adults. Adults are very filled. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got to think about me. Like right now, if we take my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 40 years old. Um, I have to work out consistently to maintain somewhat of a health, and I'm still not awesome with abs as much as I want to be.
Right.
So I have to work out multiple hours, at least at a minimum 4 days a week. I usually do
Yeah.
about 5 or 6. Um, but at a minimum 4 days a week. So we'll just say 5 days a week, at least an hour and a half every single day, right? Just to stay
Right.
fit. Then on top of that, you have to go to work full time. You know what I mean? You have to watch what you eat. So you have to actively think about what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
You have to this and this and this and how do I? And then you have to cook it. Then you have to know how to cook it. Then you have to get this different recipe for this or that or the other. Or I mean, or you could just pay for it. You know what I mean? But then that instills more work, more money, in order to get those things. And then
Right.
then you have to do laundry. Then you have to clean the house. Then you have to make sure. And, I have a 7-year-old and I'm married. I have to somehow get them to not to scream at each other and then blame me for it. And then I
Right.
have to make sure she brushes her teeth without slinging the toothpaste across the room. So I just have this like mind filled with stuff, and that's all. I'm nobody special. This is pretty much every single adult. I
Yeah.
mean, there's few out there that are lucky son of a bitches, but
Right.
this is pretty much every single adult, right? So
Yeah.
kids, as long as at a certain age level, obviously you're not going to give trigonometry to an adult and trigonometry to a 4-year-old and say, who's going to figure it out first? Well, obviously, the adult's
Yeah.
going to, but simple situations in a scenario like what was in that email. I mean, it's easy to see that the child will probably figure out those simple solutions first, or even easier, what I mean, or better, or even at all, because the
Right.
child is thinking about the problem with a clear mind. There's nothing else on the mind. There's nothing else to do, nothing else to think about. They don't have any worries. They don't have to pay bills. They don't have to worry about the lights and the power. They don't have to make sure their house is maintained. And oh, did I forget the stove? Is my dog
Right.
gonna get burned alive because I left the fucking oven on? And stuff like that. Um,
Right.
so the all of those things, while we're doing this one task, all of those things are running through our mind all the time. I mean, whereas
Yeah.
theirs is just free. They're free to
Yeah.
think about the one task and focus on it. So that to me, in certain scenarios, and obviously with certain age, you're not going to ask a
Right.
4-year-old to do this, obviously.
Yeah.
What I mean? You're going to wait until they're at least 10 years old, until they
Right.
have some sort of comprehension. But I can see where that would kind of make that child be able to do that a lot better.
Right. See,
So,
here's the one thing I also think about is so we have all this stuff like you said, right?
mm,
And maybe I'm nuts, but like I was I just zoned out, sat down and like I always try to while my kids are watching TV or while I'm cooking dinner, I'll try to listen to something educational. I'm one of these
yeah,
people that because I know how my mind works in the sense of if I don't constantly work it, or if I'm not have something going on, my mind goes all over the place, and it's
Yeah.
never a good thing for me.
Or
I have
stops working completely. That's me.
say for me, it's overreact. My mind's 1,000. Like I can't. It's funny, but I cannot work in silence.
Yeah.
And some people don't understand that. They're like I have to have my headphones on. I have to have a video on. I might not be paying attention to it, but
Yeah,
it's
right.
like, especially when I used to work in offices. When I worked in office, that was horrible because
Yeah.
you'd hear somebody talking. You're like, ooh, what are they saying? Do.
Yeah.
Thought.
I
And
start
you're like,
playing on my phone in an office.
yeah, that's the other thing is, what do I need? At home, you
Yeah.
have like the video going to the side or a podcast going.
Yeah. Here,
And
like I mean, I probably actually only work, I don't sit and work like the whole eight
right,
hours from tip to tip. I stop, take breaks and do things, goof off, YouTube, whatever, scroll Instagram for racist videos, whatever the usual is. It's
right.
Instagram is like filled with racist videos. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
oh my God,
It's
the
ridiculous.
things I'm seeing now. But the worst
Yeah.
part is now I hate to say this because I have like friends and people that we're close to that's every race all over the country. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
but
Not
I mean,
racist. It's just it comes up and it's funny.
oh, it's hilarious. Some of the stuff that you see, it's like what was it? I think I sent you the joke where a comedian was saying, the best way to pick up a single mother is walk up and say,
Yeah.
"Cute baby, you want it in white?" And I'm sitting there, I'm like, at first I sat there and thought about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, criminy.
Oh God.
I'm like, at first you're like, oh, geez. Then you're like, that's
It's so
messed up,
bad.
but funny.
Yeah. Instagram is terrible.
Oh,
Instagram's
yeah.
supposed to be like the inclusive Facebook meta liberal left wing whatever, but it's not.
No. It,
The racist people have taken over
oh,
Instagram.
yeah.
Oh, the
It,
racist and the OnlyFans girls.
yeah, the OnlyFans.
Unless
It,
you want either of those two things, there's no point in going on Instagram. It's literally useless. There is nothing to it.
well, there are some like dad accounts and things like that that I have
Yeah.
followed and such
Yeah.
that, but I'll be honest with you, the
I get
the
my
raunchy
aviation
stuff.
videos from there.
Yeah, there are some good stuff there. We have our
Yeah.
Call with Dads shorts that post there, but
Yeah.
as a whole,
Yeah, so go watch them.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely not as safe. Like I
Yeah.
literally I've gotten to the point I won't even open Instagram with my kids around.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No.
So
No. Facebook either. I won't open Facebook or Instagram. Either one of those two. I will not open them around my kids.
well,
Absolutely not.
I don't do Facebook much. I'll get on there and see like if there's something for the Call with Dad's account and things like that.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
actually
I get on Facebook because there's a lot of local stuff on Facebook.
yeah, which
I want to get on the. I have a Nextdoor app. Because Nextdoor is like very, very local. I mean, there is no any like you can't go like how Facebook you can do local stuff and larger stuff. There is nothing outside of your local community. Like you have to
I
select your local community, and that's all you get. So,
I got kicked off of Nextdoor.
uh,
Well, here's the screwy thing, and I know we're far off topic, but
like you're
here
fat, Janet.
no,
You're kicked off.
literally there was some Indian guy. My daughter was playing in all this in the living room, right? And she was right by the window, and this Indian guy just stops and starts staring. I'm looking out the window, going, "What the hell is this guy doing?" And so he pulls out his phone, and he steps into my driveway and takes a picture of my daughter playing in the window.
Yeah.
I walked out there and I started yelling at him. I'm like, and mind you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bleep this out for the audio version, and because it's gonna get bad. But YouTube, get ready. I walked out the door. I'm like, hey, you fucker, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you taking pictures of my kids? He goes, oh no, it's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. I'm like,
It's not
like if
fine,
you,
you
oh
fucking
no,
creep.
yeah. I started going to him. I'm like, if I ever see you around my house again, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I was going off. I was pissed.
Yeah.
And so that's the backstory of what happened. And he just, for an older Indian guy, he ran off pretty quickly. Huh.
Yeah.
So I posted, and everyone's like, "Oh well, I think you're just being oversensitive. Maybe he's taking a picture of your house." I'm like, you're trying to defend a guy taking a picture of a kid playing in a window.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This is how this and I mean this is situations like that is exactly how and why so many people it has sparked this new like uh dad trend a lot
yeah,
where men are starting to be more masculine and manly and stuff because
right,
I mean there's too many people are like, oh, it's okay,
yeah.
just let it go, just if you just ignore it and let it go. No, because that guy, if you would have just let it go, would have been like, oh sweet,
There's a
he's
house.
clearly just kind of like a little simp dad.
Yeah,
You know, now I'm going to come back and do it again, keep testing the waters and find out
yeah,
how far I can go. And then
exactly.
eventually, yeah,
Yeah,
so that's why, for a while there, I posted a couple of videos on the Pancakes with Dad things, just be a threat. Like, I don't care.
yeah,
Like, I don't care if you like accidentally glanced at my daughter. I'm going to get in your face and I'm going to
mm-hmm.
be pretty threatening. Like,
Yeah. The fact
I
is,
work
well,
out for a reason. I was in the military, so I can fall back on that too. You know,
right.
I train for that stuff. I'm ready. I actually just undid all of my guns, took them all out, lubed them, cleaned them, racked them. Got refamiliarized with them all. I do
Right,
that all the time just to make sure I'm up to date. I got it still in my head. Because I don't only want to look big and scary, but if you come near my daughter, I'm going to end up putting lead in your body. It is
right.
what it is. So
So see,
it's,
for me, it was a whole different scenario where I did like more out in the streets fighting, and now
mm,
mind you, not literally in the streets most times, but growing up and in my early 20s, I didn't hang out with the best of crowds. And
yeah,
if one of these decades I ever finish my the autobiography, or what's it
the
called, the
memoir.
memoirs that I'm writing, and I'm trying to finish it so when my kids are old enough they can read it and say, "Holy criminy, this was dad."
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? But it's getting time to do anything. Just like my kids' book, I was planning on having it by the end of the year, and just been so
yeah,
swamped with everything, I
right,
haven't even finished that. But yeah, it's like I had another Indian guy come into our backyard, sit
yeah,
down while my son and the nanny was out there in the backyard playing, and he just sat down and started watching my son. And I came out, and I'm like,
like beat it, creep.
yeah, I'm like, get over it. No, 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 it's fine. I'm like, you have the count of 5 before I start whooping on you and press trespassing charges.
Yeah,
No, no,
right.
no, 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 no. I'm like, go. And literally, the guy started getting up. He's like, no, 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 let me go talk. I'm like, I walked up to him. He started walking away. I'm like
Yeah,
literally. And this
yeah,
is, it's not like I live in a bad neighborhood. I live in a
right.
nice neighborhood, nice people around.
Yeah,
I mean, mind you, I'm in an area where it is a lot of liberals, like not just classic liberals where you can talk to them. We do have some of them
purple
here.
hairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the purple heads.
And yeah, like I don't think anybody that's classic liberal or conservative or even middle of the road has won an
Yeah,
election here in ever, you
you're
know.
talking about the people that hold uh you know
Yeah.
six color, not seven, six color rainbow flags.
Yeah.
Seven is a distinct feature. Six colored rainbow flags. And then at the same time, say free Palestine.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. They're gonna
I
fucking
know.
behead you. They're gonna behead you.
Yeah.
You realize that,
Well,
right?
oh, it's like,
You understand that, right? They
yeah.
with a
Well,
knife.
what was it? There's this trans activist that was walking through a heavily Muslim area in Germany or Brussels or something like that, right?
Mm,
And got beat to a pulp, and then posted on social media that it didn't understand why it got beat up
Yeah.
because it supported Palestine. I'm
Yeah.
like, just because you pretend like you support them doesn't mean they support your
Yeah.
craziness. And
So here,
that's
you got to make this a reel. We're going to clip it right here. This is what we're going to do. So, right. So the LGBTQ plus ZIA VHS people hate America and then support Palestine and free Gaza and all that stuff. But at the same time, America is the people in the country that is protecting you from the people that hate you. Palestine and Gaza and all them are the people that hate you. So you are protesting against the people
who
who
protect you.
want to protect you and keep you safe and treat you as free citizens of these United States of America in order to go, I hate America, free Palestine for all the Palestinians that hate you and want to cut your head off for being gay.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any
Now,
sense. Now,
see,
I'm not pro Palestine or pro Israel. I literally don't care. I'm
yeah.
definitely 100% America first, number one.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But see here, now that kind of brings me
but I
back
don't
to
care
with
if you're
that thinking.
gay, black, green, purple. I don't
Yeah.
care. If you're American and you support America, the
Yeah.
end.
So now this kind of brings me back from our squirrel tangent to back to because if you think about it, going back to the way we think in such as adults versus kids, right?
Mhm.
Kids, they have their whole mindset into their world. Like you said, they only have today, maybe tomorrow. My kids are excited but when they get to see their nana, all this
Right.
stuff, right? So it is what it is. It's not like it's all this craziness and such where they have to worry about like the
Yeah.
sleepovers, what like they get upset. Like my son, we were with another homeschooling family and they're like
Yeah.
my son and his friend was like, let's have a sleepover. And we're like, no, both
Yeah.
us, like my family and the home's other's family was like, no, we've talked about this. We don't do sleepovers. And they're like,
Right.
why? And the mother goes, oh, well, we grew up in the 80s. We know, we've seen enough that we know enough. And I
Yeah.
was just like, I'm like, let me explain it this way. And I told my son,
We know a
there's
thing or
thing.
two because we've seen a thing or two.
Well, I kind of told him, this is one of those
That's
things
the
that,
Allstate ad.
right. I told him, this is one of those things that at your age, I can't explain to you properly.
Yeah.
And
Not quite appropriate.
yeah, and that's what I told him. I said, this is one of those situations where I cannot explain to you properly because you don't have the maturity, the understanding that you need for me to
Hmm.
explain it. So you either have to trust me or be angry at me. But
Yeah.
it is going to be what it is. It's when you get older, I can explain it better to you, but right as of now, it's not an option.
Yeah.
And he he was a little upset and I said, I'm sorry, buddy, it is what it is. There's things I just can't explain to you because you're not old enough. And with that with that innocence and things like that, it's we definitely don't have innocence to us. I mean, I don't even want to imagine the things you've seen from the little bit you've said.
Yeah.
And the things I've seen, they're not all the prettiest by any means.
Oh,
And I've been around,
no, she
let's
was
just,
not pretty. So, what?
hey, I can't help it. I had a lot of beers.
Fat girls need love too, man. Fat girls need love too.
You know the old saying, mopeds and fat women.
Yeah. Hey, she ain't a lady unless she's 280.
Jeez. Oh, but anyway, the fact is that with kids, they see the world differently than we do. So they
Right.
perceive things differently than we do.
Yeah.
Now, with their ability to still see, hey, I still have to learn. Like I'm starting to have my son do these more complex games, like maze games and puzzle games and things to work on his logical thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that he needs to learn to comprehend the next level, right? He gets stuck. He needs to explore. He needs to do things. He gets frustrated. He gets angry.
Yeah.
But once he sees the pattern or whatever he needs to get through it, he gets excited.
Right.
Whereas, like, I had a buddy when we used to play video games that as soon as it got to a hard part, he would just throw the controller and this is stupid. The game doesn't, I don't know how they
Right.
expect anyone. And I'm sitting there going, let's keep trying. And I keep trying.
Yeah.
I keep trying.
Yeah.
I've spent hours, mind you, younger years, no family. You could drink a couple beers and wake up 2 hours later and go to work and be fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's the thing is the older we get, the less we are to try to,
Mm-hmm.
and the less likely we are to, the more we get, think of it this way, kind of going with that LGBTQB alphabet soup, whatever, people, a lot of it comes, no, don't get me wrong, there are gay people out there, good for you. I have gay people that we are very close with that are gay in our
Okay.
fam, and we love them to death. A lot of gay people, as far as I
Don't be a fucking
understand,
creep about it.
yeah, well, a lot of them, they're sitting there going, they don't understand this obsession with having kids involved in your stuff. All this crazy LGB, the furries,
Yeah.
the people that think they're dogs, which I guess is becoming a bigger thing, which is crazy. I mean, the world's just becoming nuts, and
It's food. It's our food.
I'm not
Male
doubting that.
testosterone has dipped
Yeah,
80% in the last 60 years.
right.
It's our food.
I think it's the food, the influence that they have, the
You
fact
pump
of
that creep with the dog mask on full of testosterone, and he'll never act like that again.
the problem is he probably doesn't have any testosterone at this point to begin with.
Yeah.
So my son probably has more than he does. But
Kid, young boys do actually have quite a bit, surprisingly.
well,
Yeah, because they're
that's
developing, so their bodies. Yeah.
just
Anyway,
pumping
sorry,
out.
squirrel.
But my point being is as adult the older they get, the more you can be told something and you can be influenced on how to do it. Where a kid, they want to learn, so they find something, but they're willing to learn more stuff, right? Which is a good and bad thing because one, this is how they push kids into thinking that they're whatever. Like, oh, you're little Johnny, mommy and daddy got divorced. Now mommy feels like you need to be the daughter she never had, right? So stupid things like that. But on the same note, kids are also smart enough to say, I don't want to be like this, but I want mommy to love me. So I need to do this so mommy loves me. And adults, where we don't have that elastic mindset to say, well, it's pretty like, think about it. You don't sit there and say, well, I'm doing this because I want so and so to love me. You might
Mm,
do something so so and so loves you, but you don't think about it that way, right?
right.
You think, well, I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I need to do it. You don't think why you're doing it. Most people don't.
Right.
Kids, they still have the comprehension of, well, I want so and so to love me, or I want to be friends with so and so. You know what I mean? And as parents, like I don't know if we just have so much going on that we get on autopilot. I know a lot of parents that come home, not even parents, just adults, come home after working.
Mhm.
They want to do nothing but sit down in front of the TV. They want
Yeah.
to sit down and drink beers. They want to do
Want to
whatever.
chill.
Yeah. And
It's
don't,
understandable for like an extremely hard work blue collar guy.
Yeah. But I mean, there's, but I've known guys that have just killed themselves all day at work, come
Hmm.
home, play with their kids, do dishes,
Yeah.
and literally while the kids are, and they've told me, yeah, I haven't watched the TV in years. And
Yeah. No,
when,
that's cool.
yeah, when you sit there and say, oh, well, he's exaggerating or kind of, the fact is
Mhm. It's true.
I've watched like the Tuttle Twins and I've watched some of
Yeah.
my kids' shows while it's on,
Right.
but usually it's I'm watching it while doing something else.
Yeah.
And
That's what, remember when I told you like the first like 3 years of her life, we didn't even own a TV.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes sense. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing is there's a lot of people out there that are much different in the sense of we want better for our kids. And I think a lot of people do. But
Yeah.
it's also I look at and this is no dig on well, not completely a dig on public school families. But
Schools suck.
yeah, they do. But the fact is you look at public school families and homeschooling families, for an example,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where homeschooling families, they're usually more involved with their kids, right? They're
Yeah. Big
they're
time.
trying to take care of this, they're trying to focus on this, they're trying to get all these things in order and they're spending time with their kids. Their intention is to build the family, strengthen the family, give their kids
Mhm.
better understanding and intelligence, so on and so on and so on, right?
Right.
And what I see from just my perspective of the few public school kids, families that I've met, they're like, oh yeah, after work I just come home, the kids do whatever. My wife and
Mm-hmm.
I, we try to get stuff done. And they're like, okay, well, with that, you have maybe, and this kind of goes along with a thought that I had where the topic I wanted to discuss because I saw this video that was it's an older video where a lady was talking about how she only spends 15 minutes a day with her kids, you know, and
Yeah.
people got outraged about it. Oh, you only spend 15 minutes, but think about it.
Yeah.
Generally, people will come home. You pick up your kids. What is normal 3, 4 o'clock that kids are out of school, right?
Right.
So you come home, especially with all of technology and such, come home, depending on the age of the kids. And you figure if your kids are like elementary level or something like that, they're basically out there, say, taking care of themselves. A lot of
Yeah.
parents, they throw a tablet or the TV in front of their kids and what so have you.
Mm-hmm.
And they get on their laptop, they get on their tablet, they get on their phone. They're either answering emails, they're either trying to look up Instagram boobs, or they're doing whatever. You know what I mean? So their whole world is, and if you think about how much time do they actually spend with, they
Mhm.
might be around their kids.
Yeah, but they don't actually spend it with them focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're, because your mind is stuck in work mode or in me
Yeah.
mode or whatever your current mindset is,
Yeah.
where a
I
lot
take
of,
like 10, 15, 20 minutes
to yourself,
after I leave my work. You know what I mean? Because usually when I'm here, like granted, I'm not blue collar anymore, once upon a time, but I'm not blue collar
right,
anymore. It's all computer work that I do now.
right,
But for me, it's like a brain melt. Like my eyes need to refocus, my brain needs to refocus, needs to clear up. I'm just filled with all kinds of stuff, and I'm actually physically tired because of my brain being so overworked from work. So
right.
when I come home, I mean, I take about 10 to 15 minutes usually to myself, kind of sit, kind of get
Right.
it out for a minute, you know what I mean? And then I have to go. I have to keep doing something. Like if
Hmm.
if I don't, I'll crash. You know what I mean? I'll fall
Right.
asleep. I'll be done for the night. Like, I got to get up. 10, 15 minutes. That's it. I got to get up. I'll go like, I cook dinner a lot just because it's fun. Obviously, Mr.
Right.
Pancakes. I cook a lot, obviously,
Right.
clearly. So I cook dinner a lot. I help with dishes and stuff all the time, unloading and loading dishwasher, which I'm not allowed to do. So I just clean them and set them nicely. But I'm not allowed to load her dishwasher. That's hers. Um,
Trust me, I understand.
and
No
I,
one's allowed to touch mine.
yeah, yeah. She doesn't let me touch her dishwasher or the washing machine and the clothes washer stuff, just because apparently I do it wrong. So whatever. Anyways, but I still try to like help. I'll go clean the
Right.
house. Sometimes I have work like resumes to write and stuff. Sometimes that helps. I go outside, do maintenance.
Right.
Whatever the case is. Sometimes I even just don't do anything, and I'll go and hang out with
Well,
my daughter and play with her and just
right.
read her books or whatever. you know. But TV is like the last thing. A lot of people when we first got our daughter, they thought like my grandma is the worst. She is like the biggest purveyor of just put him in front of the TV. Like, a lot of people like used to think we were crazy and used to be like, oh, you're just doing her a disservice, blah, blah, all this stuff. And they thought we were being bad about it. And that we were bad for doing that. And that it was helpful for her behavior and this and that. And it's like, I don't think you realize, um, like the majority of the people, it may help you right now, but it
Right.
won't later on. It's going to be worse. It's I forget like there's an analogy. What you do now comes back like way worse later. You know what I mean? And it's true. All the people that I see, including myself, myself and my brother, that's what we did. We were plopped in front of the TV all the time. That's all we did.
Mm-hmm.
Watch movies and TV. We go to Blockbuster every weekend and get more and video games and all this junk just filled our brains. Now we have like the ridiculous amount of ADHD. My brother was on drugs for like 12 years.
Mm.
I did a lot of other bad things that we won't discuss, but
Right.
there's, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
uh, it's clear that there wasn't an indication that clearly made our life better. May have made it better at the moment because you didn't have to deal with us.
I think it made it easier for the parents at the time. And,
Yeah. It's
you know,
it's selfish behavior.
well, yes and no. So, and part of it is we know as parents now a whole lot more than what our parents knew.
Hmm.
Now, or at least in general, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
But
access to information like beyond.
yeah, but
Right.
as a whole, the the fact is when we were younger, most people didn't think about, oh, well, you put them in front of a TV while you do
Mm,
dishes or what so have you, worry about the messages that are in there.
you're
The
right.
Because think about it, how much TV time because I went to public school. I'm a product of that, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that I
Yeah.
see now that I'm sitting there going, wow, I thought like I expect more out of my son, and I'm sitting there when I compare my son to some of the things I was doing back then, I'm like, he's actually better than I am in a lot of things at his age.
Was was running in a zigzag away from an alligator a thing for you?
No, I grew up in Ohio. We didn't have
It's fair.
alligators. So we
It's like
had,
I don't know. It must be like it's a Florida thing. I mean, it's completely wrong. Like if you ever come across an alligator and it chases you, don't run in a zigzag. You will get caught and it will kill you. Just run. Just freaking run. Just as fast as you possibly can. That thing cannot catch you if you just run fast.
I will keep
But
that
that
in
was a
mind.
thing. Yeah, our schools used to tell us, and we used to go outside onto the soccer field and practice running in zigzags.
Oh, jeez. I will tell you, we had geese.
Geese.
We had
They
geese.
do peck hard, don't they?
Oh, they are like, I actually got attacked by a goose while I was golfing back when I used to golf.
Mm,
And I remember I thought, okay, I'll just poke it with my golf club and get it away.
Yeah.
As soon as one goose got upset, it was like there's a flock of them off to the side that started coming, and I'm like, get back, you birds. And literally, we had to get in the golf cart and drive away.
Drive away. We have not where I live in Florida. We don't really have much of a problem with this, but down south where I grew up, it wasn't when I was a kid, and it started to come into play when I was a teenager, and it like progressively got way worse. So much so that the state of Florida and individual counties gave kill orders. Like if you see them, if you're able to and want to, kill it. And it was iguanas.
I heard they got pretty bad down in
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah,
Like
they got
now,
bad. It's that, but it's like for some reason it's like restricted to South Florida. They don't really go any further.
well, because I guess if they get any further north, there's
Like
the
cold.
chill. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I was
falling
watching it.
iguanas. That's a real thing.
That's a
Falling
thing.
iguanas
Yeah.
is real. It is real.
I just saw it on the news. A falling
Hmm.
iguana, because I watched this national news guy on YouTube
Yeah,
now
it would
for
fall and hit you
weather
in
and
the head.
such. And he's like, and Florida has a fallen iguana alert. I'm sitting there going, what?
Mhm.
Like, come on, Florida cannot be that crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we also have herpes monkeys. We have herpes monkeys. That's a thing.
I
There's
don't.
monkeys, wild monkeys, all through Central and South Florida that have herpes. And if they get a hold of you, you have herpes.
I've never even heard of that.
Hmm. The world's deadliest tree is in Florida.
You guys
If
are
you get it
just,
sap on you, you die.
that's just craziness.
It's
More and
true.
more reason. As much
Mm.
as I always loved Florida, there are some reasons
Mhm.
and you're helping me remember why I never moved
We've
down
had the
there.
world's only zombie. We've
Yes,
had
I
a
heard about
zombie.
that.
Yeah, that was the guy on the highway. That was a zombie that was eating somebody.
That's crazy. I have to imagine that was drug and if I remember correctly, that was drug
Yeah, it
and
was drug
based or
induced. Yeah, there's some sort of drug like screwed him up so bad he like died, but it was still operating.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean it's the world out there is
Florida,
crazy, and Florida definitely
Florida's
makes
wonderful.
a yeah, Florida definitely works on
Florida's
making
wonderful.
sure we remember that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
I will say Florida does have its very good sides. Their
Yeah. Yeah.
freedom, their
Yeah. Florida
tax.
is pretty good.
If your governor can pass the no property taxes,
That would be
that
a
would
good
be
one.
awesome.
That'd be,
That
yeah, it depends on the parameters of it. I hope, I want him, I want him to pass it to where it only applies to homesteads. That's it.
um really was
Because if he passes not homesteads I'm not talking like a big property with a farm, so I'm not talking about that. So
okay.
so currently we have a homestead exemption in the state of Florida. A homestead exemption, all it does is lower your taxes, your private property taxes, about 20%. And that's for your homestead is your home where you live. Like
Right.
the one you live in and operate out of daily, every day, that's your home. You know what I mean?
So
Um,
not investment properties.
right. There's people that own several properties and several lands and all this stuff. They just own land for days and all this other stuff. Because I mean, what'll end up happening if he does that and he makes it to where just everybody, because investment people, like I mean, we'll have so much out of state and out of country investors come
Oh
in.
yeah,
I mean, BlackRock will just scoop property
everything
up
up.
and no one will ever get any opportunity to get any. Like
Yeah,
I'm a Floridian, I want investment properties, but I won't be able to get any if he makes it like that and BlackRock comes in and scoops it all up.
right. Oh yeah.
They have
And
unlimited funds.
yeah, I mean that's just a no-brainer there. I
Right.
think it should
So,
also be stricted to U.S. citizens.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
where your
It would
permit,
have to be a homestead. Yeah, because you can't get a homestead exemption without being a U.S. citizen or permanent resident.
well, permanent resident doesn't mean you don't have to be a permanent resident to be a U.S. citizen.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, you have to be either one or the other in order to get a homestead.
Right. So my thought is permanent or a U.S. citizen because
Mhm.
people from out of country can come in, buy property, live on it for
Right.
a while, and then
Yeah.
like rent out rooms galore because
Yeah.
people in all over the country, all over the world, they're used to having like 50 families in a 3 bedroom house, you
Right.
know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but either way, squirrel again. We're horrible
Squirrel.
today about squirrels.
That's okay.
That's all
It's
right.
kind of just a fun episode, anyways.
I was going to say this was more of a rant start, so a rant thing, but I'm telling you, some of the things that we do nowadays just gets me with
Mm.
the whole what parents don't know. Like I was telling you before we got sidetracked is with how our parents don't know as much as we did. We've been able to
Yeah.
learn more and things like that with the more information.
Right.
And part of you like what you were saying earlier with the fact that we have like so much stuff shoved in our head already where kids still have like tons of room to play and work with stuff.
Yeah.
We have more information in our heads now than our parents did.
Yeah.
And I think a
Yeah.
lot
Like
of that,
way more.
yeah. And like I know when I talk to my mom, I'm like, yeah, it's this, this, that, this. But on the same note, like I deal with younger generations every now and then with architects and engineers
Mm.
and it's just some of the things that they say you're kind of like that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And you have a degree that's supposed to trump my degree.
Right.
And I'm my experience tells me you're a dumbass. And you're just like, come on, people. And
My
the
degree
thought is
trumps everybody's degree
I
because my
see.
degree taught me to make bombs, and in the end, the bomb wins.
Depending if you can make it in time, yes. But either way, I'll tell you what. I
Mhm.
think we've been on a rant for what about an hour or so now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
eh,
Something around there.
let's do this. I actually have to get. I've been getting emails in and all this
Yeah.
because I was up late trying to get something out, and the cats are starting to get a little more
I'm
mountain
seeing it
lion
jumping in
and
the background.
yes.
Yeah.
So how about we end this and we'll have another rant. I know that we have Pastor Ron coming back on. Hopefully we can work our schedule to get Tom to talk with us because there's a
Hmm.
couple topics that Tom would be fantastic to talk with. And then with any luck, you
Going
dumbass.
wild.
So
Cats gone
anyway,
wild. Woo!
uh,
That guy went to
cats are.
jail for a long time. Sorry,
Yeah,
squirrel.
I heard that. Either way, yeah, it's
Squirrel.
just yes. So with that being said, we're working
Yeah.
on getting these live streams up on YouTube. They're up on YouTube. We have that situation.
Mm.
So you might see occasions where there'll be a few minutes of me testing out on Twitter and Rumble. Then they'll be deleted. But if you see that, don't mind it. The
Yeah.
general is we're trying to get this out on more platforms so that we can be able to give you guys more ways to watch us and pay attention and spread the word and what so have you. Where do you want people
Mm.
to find you if they
Yeah.
want to find your information, your nonprofit, what
Yeah.
so
Of
have you?
course. So the normal spot, Pancakes with Dad is always number one for everything because that was the original, the OG. Um, pancakeswithdad.com. It should have all the socials on there. Facebook, Instagram, X, True Social, LinkedIn. Those are the big fives. You can email me on there. I can get all that stuff and stuff. So it's definitely go there. There's plenty of stuff on there. There is some more resources. I do need to add some more and kind of pull some more. I just haven't had a lot of time. The nonprofit, is still there, still working on it, still building a lot to it. It's American-Liberty-Foundation.org, or you just go to the short version, traditionalsociety.com. That'll take you directly to the website. There's plenty of stuff on there as well. There's Family Constitution plus the course. There's a couple other courses. I'm working on in the background a couple other courses. There's just fun downloadable information, little placards, downloadable ones that you can print out and hand out to your friends or whatever. There's information if you go to the back, the like contact us page, where you can kind of download some of the stuff and maybe create your own chapter or whatever you want. If that's what you want to do, that would be great. Very helpful. At this point, chapters are free. I'm not going to charge for any chapters because, I mean, just right now, building the name is just building the name. You know what I mean? But the biggest thing would be helpful is if you can donate. You could probably find the donation link on one of the socials or the website. Donate money. Doesn't need to be a lot, just whatever you want, whatever helps. Because the website right now, as I'm recording this, is down, but it'll be up probably by the end of this week because it ran out of money. So the more, if you donate, please donate. I could definitely use it because, like I said, all that money goes to keeping this function going. I don't save it. I don't take it. I don't buy Ferraris with it. It all goes to making the mission happen. Granted, our mission isn't multi-million people's, which would be great, but if we save one life, if we help one person, if we make one family great, it was all worth it. So keep it going.
And then obviously Call with Dads, callwithdads.com. But most of our stuff is going to be found on YouTube. You can find our audio versions on any player that you get your podcasts, or you can go to the website and listen. We try to be about everywhere, Rumble, and social media wise, we post on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, even TikTok, but I think I get on there once every couple months just to see what we're doing. And if we get another strike, I think we're gone anyhow for posting dad content. Call me funny. But yeah. So I don't know how long we're going to be on TikTok. We'll say that. But with that being said, or if we even still are. But with that being said, thank you all for being here. Like I said, we'll try to post more to let you know when we're doing live streams and things like that. That's why it's a good idea to follow us. Today, we wanted to, have a conversation, just kind of a general rant. And on top of that, we wanted to see if we could get our live streams working properly and let you enjoy the craziness that comes with it. So we appreciate everyone that's listening. If you want to, you can contact us through callwithdads.com, where there's links to Pancakes with your dad. There's the American Liberty Foundation links on there. You can donate to Call with Dads on there, and you can click on the link to donate to American Liberty Foundation so we can keep growing. We're all trying to do what we can to make the best of stuff. So share this show with people. If you listen to audio, share audio. If you're watching us through the video, share with video. Share our shorts, whatever you want to do.
Like and subscribe.
Exactly. Or whatever it is on your player that they have. Other than that, thank you, everyone. You have a good day, and goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.